Well, I'm delighted to say that I'm joined now by Terrie Alafat, the Chief Executive of the Chartered Institute of Housing. Fantastic to meet you. Thank you for coming in and talking to me. This is a new partnership. What are you hoping to achieve over the next few months?
Well, first of all, just to say we're really excited to be working with ITN Productions on this program. I think many of us know that housing and the housing crisis is a very big issue for this country. It's having an impact on people's lives right across the UK. It's stopping young people from getting on the housing ladder to begin with. It's having an impact on people in the private rented sector who are often in unaffordable properties. And of course, in its worst manifestation, it means that there are more and more people becoming homeless and sleeping on the streets. There are many people working in housing that are trying to find the right answers to these problems and are having a huge impact. So we're hoping that we can illustrate what people working in housing are doing. We're also hoping to showcase the best housing organizations that are leading the way.
There is a lot to cover, isn't there? And we're very interested to do that alongside you. Let's start off with the housing crisis. It's a huge issue. It's dominated the news for a very long time, hasn't it? Is enough being done?
Well, first of all, we think that not enough is being done. More needs to be done. And if we are going to be able to really build the houses that this country needs, we're going to have to make certain that all parts of the housing sector are doing their part. So that's the first thing. The second thing is it's not just about building more homes, it's actually about building homes that are affordable. And so we think there is more that can be done. And one of the places that we would start is really looking at, given that government has placed such a high priority on housing, we're very pleased that Theresa May has put it into the center of her agenda. But if you look at how money is being spent on housing in this country, the vast majority of government investment supports the private sector and home ownership. About 80% of the current funding goes towards the private market, and only about 20% through affordable housing. Our project, which is called Rethinking Social Housing, is aimed to create a real debate about the contribution that social housing can make and the future of social housing. And in effect, what we hope is that by making certain that the people that work in housing and live in social housing are leading the debate, that we will be able to make a case for investment in social housing, but we'll also be able to challenge ourselves about the product, what we are offering, our contribution, in effect, to addressing some of these pretty significant housing and welfare issues in this country.
And the right to buy scheme certainly feeds into that, doesn't it? I mean, just checking the figures, something like, is it 60,000 homes have been sold by councils since April 2012, and there's a big deficit as a result.
Yes, there is. And we've done an estimate on the number of homes that might be lost by 2020, and it's about 220,000 homes. Now, the real issue is not that people are offered the right to buy. I mean, we ourselves think it's quite good to give people the opportunity to buy their own homes. The real issue is the replacement of that affordable housing. And currently, those homes are not being replaced anywhere near what needs to happen.
By 2021, it's estimated that a quarter of us will be in rented homes. That's a very continental way of looking at housing, isn't it? Do you feel that things are changing? And is that a problem going forward? As a mother, I obviously worry hugely about what's going to happen to my children in the future.
The amount of private rented sector accommodation, people living in private rented sector, has doubled since the early 2000s. So that's a fact.
And
it has
rents
doubled.
have just gone sky high.
And that is the second issue. So what has happened in the same time period is that wages have stagnated, but rents have gone up. So what that means is that the sector has been increasingly unaffordable for the people that need to live in it. So we do need to look at the private rented sector. I think that it has a role to play. There's no doubt that it does have flexibility. It does allow people that want to move around for jobs. So it has a role to play. But the real issue for us is to make certain that it's offering affordable, decent, safe housing for the people that are living in it.
Throughout this conversation, we've been very good at highlighting all the problems, haven't we? And all the challenges. How optimistic are you that there are solutions that are achievable?
If we're ever going to solve the problem, we need to actually acknowledge that we have a problem. So the fact that government is acknowledging that we have a broken housing market, that is good, and the fact that it's a priority. I take a lot of encouragement from those that I know that work in the sector. We have a track, housing associations and local authorities have a track record of delivering. They also, there's quite creative and innovative approaches being made. So I am optimistic that we can do it. And I think in the course of this program, I'm hoping that viewers will also see what can be done with the right commitment and the right resources.
Well, we certainly look forward to following your progress. Thank you very much indeed for your time today. Thank you.